PsychoticKingAJ here, bringing you another honest review. Excuse me. Today's review is going to be on the movie Jigsaw. Now, let me first start off, by saying, did we really need another Saw movie? Simple answer, no. Long answer, yes. This movie's plotline is John Kramer, the Jigsaw killer, has been dead for 10 years. All of a sudden, people start turning up with the puzzle piece missing. Is Jigsaw really back, or do we have a copycat on our hands? The movie plays itself out quite nicely, not revealing the true answer until the very end. The cast is, of course, Tobin Bell, returning. The rest of the cast, they've been in other gore flicks. Some people you might recognize from other films, maybe not, It's always been the same way with these types of movies, where you're not building on anyone's acting career. You're more just, killing them off one by one. The movie plays out like most Saw movies do. There's the traps and everything else. The storyline for this movie, though, is by far one of the best Saw storylines we've seen. My opinion, going back to the very beginning of this series, I loved the first movie. The first Saw movie was brilliantly done. It was beautiful. And then we came up with the second one, which was still really good, followed along the same storyline. But then it started to drift off and become more of just killing for the sole purpose of killing. The storyline got lost in all the blood and gore. And I feel that this movie really goes back to the fundamentals of there's a great storyline to be had and to be watched, and the traps just kind of play an intermittent role in the movie itself. If you've not watched this series from start to finish, I would say that you should watch the first and second, skip to the final chapter, and then watch Jigsaw. In between there's 2 movies in between there, I think, 2 or 3. They weren't all that great. They're on the same lines of, like, Hostel, which, in my opinion, Hostel is a good movie for people that are into torture and gore and pain. And then you have the more storyline-based fans of horror. When you go into the more storyline-based fans, this movie is definitely for you. If you've not seen the other Saw movies, it's not that big of a deal coming into this movie as the first one to watch. You're not gonna lose out on any storyline. I believe that this might be a re-kick. We won't call it a reboot because it's not like Saw went away for too long or anything. It doesn't really need to be rebooted. It's just a new kickstart. And I believe that if they wanted to, they could take this and create Jigsaw as a new series. And still have the elements of Saw, but kind of have it as 2 different series. Which would be very interesting. If done properly, I think can be a beautiful thing. We've never seen this in movies really before, where they've kind of spun it off, I guess you could say. I don't really like spin-offs because it's not changing the core of the movie, where spin-offs usually change the core. One of the biggest spin-offs that jumps straight into my head is the TV show Buffy the Vampire Slayer. You had the Angel spin-off, which, yes, it was the same characters, but it changed the core dynamic of the show. This will not change the core dynamic. It will just be a continuation with the same elements. Technically, this movie is great. The traps look interesting, gruesome. One thing I do like about this Saw movie, or this movie over the previous Saw installments, is this movie we got a better background into the people that were locked in the traps. We got to know them more than in previous installments, which gave it more feeling, and you got to connect with the characters more. With all that being said, my opinion of this movie is it's definitely worth a watch. In the bio release notes, we'll have the actual DVD Blu-ray release date for it so that you can pick it up. We're going to give this movie a rating of 4 crowns out of 5. Yes, I know it's a big rating and it's very high, but honestly, I feel that if you are a fan of any type of horror movie or even a detective movie that's you're okay getting a little gruesome, you will really like this movie. Well, with that being said, that puts an end to the review. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like and comment, like this video, comment on other videos you'd like me to watch, and like me to review for you. Don't forget to hit me up on Twitter @KingPsychotic, follow our Facebook page, PsychoticKingAJ, and be active in our community. We are growing a community here. This is not just solely me. I need your guys' help and your guys' input and everything like that. So hit me up on Twitter, hit me up on Facebook, sub to my YouTube, make sure you sub. We do live streams here and on Twitch. I guess that's pretty much everything. Although there is a poll right now up on Twitter and Facebook. Is it on Twitter? On Twitter and Facebook. Don't forget to vote. And y'all have a great night. That's it for me, Psychotic King AJ.